सहस्रबुद्धे.
नमस्कार सर. नमस्कार.
नमस्कार.
Saraswati Vandana, please. A very good morning to all of you. Distinguished chief guest of today's session, Professor Dhande, who actually needs no introduction. His work speaks high volumes about him. An innovative technologist, an acclaimed academician, an eminent researcher, institutional builder, a visionary institutional builder, able administrator, whose contributions are acknowledged not only in our country, but worldwide. And he is the one who established his former institution, that is IIT Kanpur, as one of the institutions of eminence in the field of technological science, research, and community outreach. Our very own Honorable Chairman, Sahasrabuddhe sir, he again needs no introduction. He has transformed our organization into an organization that people find it difficult to believe that it is the same AICTE. And now people do not even want to address it as a regulator. They prefer to call it as a facilitator or as an enabler. An amazing ATAL team at AICTE, Dr. Datta, Dr. Garg. I'm sorry, I'm finding it difficult to speak today because I still suffering from COVID. So it is our endeavor at AICTE that our faculty members who are at the core of teaching learning process, other than so many other aspects, it is our students and our teachers who formally formulate and frame an organization, that to a teaching learning organization. So from the content in specifically in emerging areas, if I may say that COVID has been one of the best teachers. It has taught us how to use technology effectively to ensure that we reach to wider audience and we also reach in the most effective manner to the areas where our reach would have been limited. But it has also posed challenges. Now one teacher can teach so many more students. So with this, the number of teachers, there would always be challenges. Are you equipped to have the content? Are you equipped to teach that pedagogy, the delivery in this disruptive technological environment? Are you able to change your attitude where treating students from a monologue to understanding that they are equal partners in knowledge creation? They are equal partners in ensuring that in a cross-cultural, in a multi and bi-directional manner, knowledge is created and then it is disseminated, it is applied, and finally solutions to our problems, be at regional level, local level, societal level, and nation building level are offered. So we have too many challenges, and AICTE, be it at emerging areas, domain knowledge or content creation, pedagogy, and finally teaching learning assessment, that is evaluation or our evaluation practices at every level. We have very rigorous, comprehensive training schedules, training programs, workshops. We only request our coordinators, our members of our teaching fraternity to kindly come forward, make 100% use of it, give your 100%, take these very seriously and give your best. With these words, I would once again request all our coordinators, all our faculty members to take these FDPs very, very seriously to get maximum benefit out of these. And when you go to your class, you are the most confident. You are a person who can engage each and every student, and your teaching effects are not only tangible, but they are intangible. You prepare students not only for industry, but for life. So as I always say, that from where the influence of a teacher start and where it finally recedes, we do not know. So each one of us are indebted to Professor Sahastra Buddhe and teachers like Professor Dhande and all of you. So you are, आप हमारे निर्माता हैं. So once again with understanding this basic कि आप हमारे निर्माता हैं, देश के निर्माता हैं, please take that very seriously. All the very, very best. Thank you so much. Now I would request our very honorable chairman to kindly address this August gathering. Thank you so much.
Namaskar. Good morning to all of you. At the outset, I would like to first thank Professor Sanjay Dhandeji, former director IIT Kanpur and also Padma Shri awardee, to be amidst us today when we are launching 8 ATAL FDP programs. And secondly, Mamata Agarwal, I know you have been down with COVID, just recovering, and despite that, you came on the platform and continuing our ATAL Academy programs. Congratulations to you, despite all the odds that you continue to do this. Dr. Amit Datta, Dr. Garg, who are your compatriots in ATAL Academy, all of them have been putting in hard work in order to train our teachers in emerging areas, what we call faculty development programs. So I would like to step back and talk about two things. One is teachers are the ones who inspire, who motivate our students. And therefore, training of teachers is very significant and important. We often talk about what is known as champion teachers. And Professor Dhande himself is a champion teacher. So I know how popular he was when he was teaching in IIT Kanpur. And in his other activities, like member of the board of governors of different institutions, the kind of mentorship that he does is just amazing. Not just that, but in terms of our new education policy, which came on July 29th, 2020, we formed 8 different groups to guide us as to what we need to do under new education policy drafted by Dr. Kasturi Rangan and other committee members. And he was proactively involved in that. And may I remind all of us that a great teacher is a teacher. You know, the superannuation, etc., doesn't matter. You know, they are the teachers, and some of the finest PowerPoint presentations when he gives seminars are a learning exercise for all of us. And now coming to the national education policy, which lays emphasis on several aspects, but some of them are very important and significant. One is it is absolutely flexible in terms of making use of multidisciplinary nature of the universities and education that it need to be. We need to create, of course, employable graduates, but more important, how values are important, ethics is important, honesty and integrity is important, how Indian values are important, Indian knowledge system is important, how innovation is important. All of this is embedded in the new national education policy. And therefore, we needed to continuously augment our curriculum to the needs of the society and the industry at regular intervals. And AICTE has been doing it earlier also, but the pace at which it is being done has been accelerated because the technologies also are changing much more rapidly than what they used to change a couple of decades ago. So what is taught today may not become relevant about 3-4 years down the line when a student graduates. So how do we keep ourselves relevant unless we change the curriculum, the content of a course, regular intervals, and that is what our curriculum revision committees are already doing. But having done that, our teachers themselves who graduated 10, 15, 20 years ago, they are outdated in terms of the new technologies that are emerging. Few of them do on their own. Maybe they are actively involved in research. They read new journals which are coming up, articles from there, and also the new books, and keep themselves updated. But some of them may not have enough time because of the enormous amount of course. I don't want to use the word load, which is often used by many people, the the workload and course load. I said work opportunity, the course delivery opportunity is the word I quite often keep using. But nevertheless, although there is an opportunity to prepare oneself, the number of hours that are available per day for every individual is only 24 hours. And you have to take rest of about 6, 7, 8 hours and then some other activities. So if you're in a college, your learning is dependent on how much spare time is available. And that's very difficult to put in a lot of effort to go to the web or books and read yourself and understand. Whereas if there are programs where some experts who are in that domain give you 1.5 hour, 2 hour lectures each, you understand much better. And that's what we did in our student times. If you have to read the whole book and understand yourself, much difficult. But if you attend even a class of not a very good teacher, mediocre teacher, you understand many things. And when there are expert teachers, there are champion teachers who are teaching you in such ATAL Academy programs, I think your learning is very fast. And then, of course, it is up to you to further elaborate on that and read much more thing and then come to the classes. So the teachers are placed at a very important and a premier place in the new education policy. And therefore, our ATAL Academy programs have become a sort of hit. We always talk that a cinema is very hit cinema ho gaya. So ye ATAL Academy bhi itna hit ho gaya. Last year, despite pandemic, as Mamata ji was telling, we continued not in the face-to-face mode, but using technology in an online mode, one full week, starting on Monday morning at around 10 o'clock, going right up to late evening of the Friday. That means 5 days, a lot of sessions. And interestingly, because of the online business, we can now rope in experts from all over the world, from industry, wherever they are, from the east to west, right from Australia to the US, and also from industry. And we get exposure which is superb in terms of learning. And that is why we could have 948 workshops last year. We trained more than 1.5 lakh teachers. This year, target is nearly more than 150%, 1,300, 1,400 programs already done. More than 1.5 lakh faculty again trained this year. So it is a sort of world record happening year after year, thanks to the entire ATAL group, which is working in AICTE. But more importantly, other than that, we have also established now what is known as Idea Labs. We are all knowing about tinkering labs, fab lab. The nomenclature may be different, tech shops. But we have Idea Labs, which we are funding to the institutions, where again, faculty can not only have the theoretical knowledge, but also hands-on experience first, and in turn, will take it to the students. And therefore, whether we are talking about AI, IoT, machine learning, robotics, 3D printing, blockchain, augmented reality, virtual reality, these are now not merely theoretical subjects, but there are huge applications, be it in education itself. Two, we have in agriculture, in healthcare, and how teachers can relate all of these new technologies where they learn for about a week and apply it to the real life practice. And that's how students get excited, they get inspired, they get motivated. I think who other than Dr. Dhande will tell us more about all of this. I'm sure all the heads of the institutions and the coordinators from the 8 FDP programs who have joined us will get a lot of learning out of this today's session. May God bless all of you. Let us be safe from the third wave of Corona in terms of whatever comes, and start our classes as early as possible in the face-to-face mode as well. Dhanyavad, namaskar.
Thank you so very much, sir, for enlightening us with your pearls of wisdom, which you often do most of the Mondays, sir. Now, Professor Dhande, Professor Dhande, as I have already told, an innovative technologist, and then, he is a mechanical engineer from COEP, Pune, doctorate degree from IIT Kanpur. Dr. Dhande is recognized as founder of Technology of Computer-Aided Design in India with contributions in both academia and industry. He led the initiatives of introducing several other computer-based technologies like rapid prototyping, 3D printing, rapid tooling and reverse engineering, outlay, and innovative CAD technology developed for aeronautical development agencies by him. It has been used extensively by the leading aircraft manufacturers globally. He's an able administrator and has been the founder and mentor director of several new national institutions in science and technology, chairman or member of various government advisory bodies, both at national as well as international level. He was a member of Scientific Advisory Council to the Prime Minister, Telecom Regulatory Authority of India, National Manufacturing Competitive Council, and National Innovative Council. He has served twice on the board of Naval Lignite Corporation. Presently, he is a member of International Academic Advisory Panel of Government of Singapore. He was also a member of UGC and on board of ONGC Videsh as an independent director. Professor Dhande was a member of National Security Advisory Board of, once again, Honorable Prime Minister of India. Dhande was founder director of Mahindra Eco's Trail in Hyderabad. He is presently the chief mentor of Avantika University, Ujjain. He has been member of Governing Council of Indo-US S&T Forum for 9 years, member of Indo-French Cyber University core team, also a member of manufacturing group of Indo-Japan Science Council. I mean, sir, I can read on and keep on reading on. Dhande sir has guided more than 120 postgraduate students, published about 135 research articles. He has 2 books to his credit, has been extending his unstinted service to the nation for more than 30 years, specifically in the field of science and technology. He has received many awards and accolades, and Padam Shri being awarded to him by the President of India in 2013 being one of them. Once again, thank you so very much for being with us, sir. I would request that kindly enlighten all our faculty members and us with your presentation. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Mamta ji, and thank you for inviting me for this ATAL program of AICTE. Thanks to Professor Anil Sahasrabudhe, thanks to you, and thanks to Dr. Datta for inviting me to share some of my views and thoughts with the participants of this ATAL program. We wish all the participants and the officials good health. Hope that all of you are enjoying good health and also maintaining good health. Today, I'd like to consider the topic of my discussion is related to distance. I would like to say most important is the distance.
Sir, your voice is distorted. I think your connection has a problem.
Sir, you can switch off the video so that the bandwidth will be available for audio.
So switch off the video. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, but still feeble. But video be off so that maybe we will be able to hear you better.
Yeah, I have switched off video. And should I change the internet connection? Hello. Are you able to hear me?
Yes.
We are able to hear, but there is a break of voice actually. Voice is breaking.
So I change the network and hope, or should I go back to the old network?
I think so.
Network is better now. Hello.
Yes, sir. We could hear your hello.
Okay. So can I start now?
Yes, sir. You can start.
Hello.
Dhande sir, if you can hear me, we can't hear you.
Something different. Now, sir, you speak. Let us see.
Okay, yes. You can hear me now, isn't it, on the phone?
Yes, sir, we can hear you.
Okay. So today I would like to discuss a bit about the fact that distances are increasing. Though the technology is claimed to be bringing the distances shorter and shorter, unfortunately, the society is suffering from some of the problems of technology. All of a sudden, because of the COVID situation, we accidentally got a different sort of technology in the mode, and that technology sometimes is reliable, sometimes it is not reliable as it is there. But there are some other sociological and psychological problems which I consider very important in the sense that the teachers have to understand the humane aspect, social science aspect of the technology. Technology is not simply science and technology. Technology involves not only science and technology, but technology involves psychology. Technology involves philosophy. Technology involves sociology. Technology involves economics. I think it is very important for all the teachers to understand these other aspects also. And I would like to elaborate a little bit about how to be a successful teacher, how to become a good teacher. Now, as I said, the teachers are becoming very fast outdated. The teachers are getting outdated very fast. In the good old days, I remember were dedicated for the teaching profession, and they also dedicated to the teaching profession. But the rate at which the society is changing, the rate at which the technology is coming into education, the rate at which a lot of things are changing around, teachers also should understand that education is changing very rapidly, and teachers becoming outdated is a very, very significant aspect. And that is the reason why AICTE has joined the ATAL program, and also there is a good response from many people. As I see that the technology changes in 5 years, the students' aspirations change in 10 years, and the society changes in 15 years. So you will find that a lot of times the teachers have to change also. And therefore, like a snake, the snake changes the skin of the snake. And the snake will shed the skin and a new skin will come. And that is called as the rebirth of a snake. Similarly, the teachers will have to be reborn again. Whether you are a new teacher or whether you are an old teacher, you find that there is a need to reborn again. And this rebirth is very important for all the teachers. There are 7 important elements which I would like to mention. The first one is the technological aspects, and I will talk a little bit about it. The most important part is the academic part. The engineering education has changed from practice-oriented engineering education to science-based engineering education, to computer-based engineering education, to creativity-based education. But today you will find that the world is moving into very strongly in the digital technology engineering education. So this digital technology based engineering education is a very important aspect. The third point that I would like to mention to all my teacher colleagues, the pedagogy. The pedagogy is changing, and unfortunately, the younger generation and the students are now addicted to seeing the television, switching on and off, switching the channel. So if they don't want to listen to you, a lot of students have come to me and said that we don't see a value in attending a lecture. Why should I attend a lecture? So I had to talk to the teacher, find out what exactly is the value that you are putting into the table on the in your lecture. The other thing is relations. I would like to say the most important aspect is the relation. Relations with the students, fellow teachers, relations with the institution that you are working on are all very, we will talk at each one of them very important aspects. The group activity. Teaching is no longer an individual activity. Teaching is a group activity. And therefore, how do we enter into this group activity? What sort of group activities we should have? As I always say that there is a delta formation of the teachers who should constitute a delta formation to, what can I say, carpet bomb the school or carpet bomb the class, or at least make sure that the students get sensitized with this delta formation. The last but not the least important part is that the teachers have to remain up to date. The Honorable Chairman had already mentioned about the fact that the teachers have to remain up to date. And this ATAL program is one such example where the teachers will remain up to date in some sense. And the last part, the seventh point that I want to mention, is the organizational part. After all, you are a part of the organization, and therefore the values, the ethics, as it was mentioned by the Honorable Chairman, is also very important, and that is the organizational value that you can cherish. The technological aspect of changing, no longer the blackboard and the chalk is the method. Today you will find that enormous amount of changes. For instance, the WhatsApp groups or the user groups get formed, the students will form their groups, the classes will form their groups, the discussions can be initiated. I think the younger generation is coming out with the opinion that they are coming out with a lot of things, and therefore the technology is changing the landscape of education, and education is also in turn getting changed because of the technology, and therefore this synergy between the technology, particularly the digital technology and educational process, is a very vast and important area. I would very strongly request the AICTE to constitute some groups to understand the foundation of the digital technology, so as to see that the digital technology is understood. Now, just getting a degree in computer science or just getting a degree in computer engineering is not sufficient anymore. Even civil engineers, when they use the crane for the construction, they will find use the computers. Mechanical engineers use computers. Electrical engineers use computers. So basically, I would say the technology is so pervasive that we got to make sure that the basis has changed, the engineering core basis has changed, and this change scenario, academic model of the digital technology-based education. For instance, I have been telling many times that right from Shannon's entropy to wireless communication, a course on telecommunication should be compulsory to all the students. Then you will find that the wireless world has become so pervasive that all engineers, no matter which branch you belong to, both in telecommunication or communication. But telecommunication is more important in the sense that the machine-based communication is very important. Today you can sit in one place and deliver a CNC program in another place, and the machine will run with that program. So you will find that things can be wirelessly connected, data can be transferred, and this is whole, the data and the wireless communication part is changing the academic model. And therefore the academic model must have different type of core program rather than going into this particular aspect, which we have very mechanics oriented academic program. But cannot be just one program, whether you teach the COBOL language or Fortran language or Pascal language or C language or Python language. The language-based one course is not sufficient exposure for computing in today's world. The next point that I want to mention is the pedagogy. The pedagogy of the teachers is a far more important aspect. I remember that several IIT teachers used to weave around the science and technology or the science part of it, all the principles. There's Archimedes principle is a story that he will tell us, and I don't want to go and waste your time on the stories, but storytelling is a very important aspect of a teacher. If you can weave around the story, you will find that all the students remember the story as well as the scientific principle together. And therefore, you must make sure that storytelling using toys and using what you can call illustrative tools is a very important aspect. So you can't just say the PowerPoint presentation or show your back or show your face, and that is the enough of it. I think the pedagogy is changing. Pedagogy is changing very rapidly. Making sure that the attention of the students is glued to your lecture is not a very easy job. It has to be continuously updated from time to time, and therefore pedagogy in today's world is as important as other aspects. The next point I would like to say is related to relation. I would like to ask every prospective and current teacher, how many hours do you spend outside the classroom with the students? I think this is a very important question. If you talk to the students on the field, in the playground, or in the hospital, or when they are traveling home, or in the train, or at the free hall, you will find that the students open up. And therefore, it is very important that spending time with the students outside the classroom builds the relation. That is why I gave this example of relations with the students, relations with the fellow teachers are equally important. People are sending email messages, which is fine, but you got to sit over a cup of tea or discuss amongst yourself. And therefore, it is very important to build a relation with the fellow teachers. And that brings me to the next activity. Teaching is not an individual activity. Teaching has been and will continue to be a group activity. The instructor in charge, as well as the other instructors, as well as the teaching assistants, as well as the academic associates, that constitutes a team which delivers the course. And therefore, every course should have a team, and there should be a champion of the team. So, according to me, the champions, the instructors, and the associates will constitute the delta formation. I call it as the delta formation. And any course has to be delivered in a college, particularly the delta formation becomes extremely important in this online educational mode, which may remain with us for some time because the COVID waves may come up and down and we don't know how the situation. So this blended learning form has to be acquired in some form. I think the next point is remaining up to date. A teacher should be a student all the time. According to me, every teacher must register for a course every semester. If you are a student and a teacher, you are a better teacher. As a matter of fact, if you are a student along with being a teacher, you are a better teacher because you understand the student's perspective continuously all the time. The second thing that I have been mentioning again and again, which I did myself, the teacher should teach in a school. If you are a college teacher, if you are a university teacher, you must teach in a school for some time. In fact, Richard Feynman is a very famous professor at Caltech, who was a famous professor at Caltech, a Nobel laureate in physics, used to teach in the school. So you will find that a lot of times you understand far better when you teach in a school. I taught in the central school at IIT for some years. That was a unique experience for me because the way the students will ask the question, the way the students will understand the topic is very different than what you have thought about it. So I would say that these are the main update and to not have an expiry date on the teacher. You will find that you buy the medicines, you have an expiry date. Buy the grocery, you find there is an expiry date. Now every teacher comes with an expiry date. That you have to make sure that your expiry date and you don't have an expiry date. That is what is the goal, and that is why the teachers have to make it. Finally, I would like to say that the values and the organization we should be committed to. At least you may change the job, but at least the time when you are working there, organization, you must have discipline, you must promote the multidisciplinarity culture, you must have the values, and all 7 aspects constitute the most important element of making a successful and a good teacher. So I would like to say that this is what I wanted to share, that the 7 values or the 7 points regarding the distance between the teacher and the rest of the teaching profession is very important, and that has to be communicated to all the teachers. There might be questions. I have just given you a glimpse of what I think about, but clearly, one aspect is the technology, the other aspect is your domain expertise, and the third aspect is the social science aspect. And I would like to say that a successful teacher has to be a very, very good social scientist. If you are not a good social scientist, you may not be a successful teacher. In order to be a good educationist, in order to be a good teacher, in order to influence the next generation, you have to be a very good social scientist. And along with your technology problem, you have to make sure that you are a good social scientist. You must understand the student psychology. You must understand the sociological aspects of the parent. You must understand that they are coming to the education for empowerment. So education, empowerment, and employment are the 3 components of the sequence which the students and the parents are looking at. Education is one aspect, and empowerment is another one, and the third is employment. All the 3 elements have been taken care of by the AICTE, and I would consider that in order to be a successful educationist, you have to be a good social scientist. Thank you very much.
Thank you so very much, sir. The only problem this time has been a bit of connection problem, as technology can sometimes ditch. But thank you, sir, for making us realize that how important is education, employment, empowerment, and a teacher should primarily also be a socio-psychological scientist. The pace of change of technology and the pace with which teacher needs to be changed has to be much, much faster than the technology changes itself, though it is actually lagging. Now I would request Dattaji to kindly propose vote of thanks.
Thank you so much, ma'am. A very warm good morning to one and all. I deem it's a great honor and proud privilege to propose vote of thanks to all dignitaries who have witnessed us on this momentous occasion. Let me first of all start by giving glory to the Almighty God for making today's occasion a resounding success. It renders immense pleasure at this hour that we are blessed to have a chance to thank the chief guest, Professor S.G. Dande sir, an eminent educationist. Your speech was really inspiring, sir. It kept us spellbound. It inspired us a lot. Will going to come up after your speech. Today we had opportunity to hear your thoughts and you have enlightened our minds to use the technological transformation and how to minimize the gap between the industry and academia, and our teacher faculty can update themselves. Thank you so much, sir, for sparing time. I extend my deep sense of gratitude to the today's guest of honor, our own dynamic visionary academic leader, Chairman of AICTE, Professor Anil Sasbudhe, sir, for awakening the passion and desire to support us as a ladder to reach the pole of success. Your constant encouragement helped us in the best way. It is your dream that makes us all walk the miles of difficult steps in a positive manner to reach our destination and peak, covering all the hardships. Thank you so much, sir. Thanks for your inspiring and thought-provoking speech. Thank you so much. I had the opportunity to thank here our own team AICTE, ATAL leader, Mrs. Mamta Rani Agrawal, Advisor 1 AICTE. Madam, your commitment, support, and stewardship, it's really remarkable, commendable. It's your presence in all our programs to encourage us to do our best, to work tirelessly towards betterment, motivating all of us, exceptionally very helpful and very supportive. Thank you so much, madam. And we pray the God for your speedy recovery from the COVID. Our sincere thanks to all coordinators, participants, and I'm confident your journey here turns to be very fascinating, engaging, and worth remembering. I owe special gratitude to my own dedicated ATAL team in headquarters. My regional officers is exceptionally helpful behind the scene, Assistant Director, Dr. Garg, technical team, media team, and finally, I'm with you with these inspiring quotes of Swami Vivekananda ji. Find the teacher, serve him as a child, open your heart to his influence, see in him God manifested. Thank you so much, sir. With the permission of the Chief Guest, sir, we are concluding here the inaugural ceremony. Thank you so much. Have a great day ahead.
Yes, thank you. So finally.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.